Welcome back to another exciting episode of Purana Talk with Alan and Leon.
We're the Purana guys.
Yeah, we read the Puranas.
Frickin'
for
frack.
years.
Yes, we've read the Puranas for years.
And discuss them and enjoy them.
4 months ago, we said, hey, let's turn this thing on ourselves while we do this and let other people enjoy our brilliant.
Or not. You can always leave comments.
Yeah, you can leave comments.
Welcome comments.
Like we care. Just kidding. No, we actually care too much. That'll be
our 800 number is open.
Yeah. Operators are standing by. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. And thanks for our theme song is by Prince, by the way. I probably recognize that in the background. That's why I'm wearing purple. Chapter 30, Garuda Purana, Kanda 2. We are talking about death ad nauseum. We've been talking about death for
most of this Purana.
Yeah, well, all of this Purana, really, in a way. I mean, the
Ayurvedic... The first part was illness that can lead to death and what to do about it, if you can.
Well, before that, even, we had a section on, like, the death rituals and going to holy cities like Gaia, the importance of Gaia and stuff like
Pilgrimage.
that. Mm-hmm. It's all bracketed within the subject of death and the afterworld and the afterlife and the obligations that the living might have to the deceased.
A lot on that, actually, and probably in this section.
And ghosts and
the rituals you do after somebody dies.
Mm-hmm.
It started in the last chapter.
Chapter 30, on bestowing gifts. Gifts.
Vishnu speaking.
The Lord said, "Listen, O Garuda. I shall explain to you the best of all gifts, with which, when rendered with the mantra Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, delights the sages and gods, Shiva, Indra, etc." All right, so this is the Bhur, Bhuvaha, Swaha, the three mystical syllables prefixed to the Gayatri Mantra. But not part of the Gayatri Mantra, because if it was part of the Gayatri Mantra wouldn't have 24 syllables and it wouldn't be the Gayatri Mantra. So, Om Bhur Bhuvaha Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat.
I'm having trouble reading that.
Bhuhu. Bhuhu.
Like
BH, long U, and the H with the dot under it. It is really a vowel and is kind of an echo sound. Aspirated echo. Bhuhu. Then Bhuvaha. BHU V AH dot under it. Bhuvaha. And then Swaha, which is SVAH with a dot under it. You don't actually write the after the H. It's just kind of it's a thing. Swaha. Om Namaha. Okay. But to do. So, listen. I'm going to start again. Listen, O Garuda, I shall explain to you the best of all gifts, which, when rendered with the mantra Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, delight the sages, the gods, Shiva, Indra, etc. The great gift should be given for redeeming the ghost. So, there you go. He who offers it will stay in Rudraloka for a long time and then be born as a king. So, for a good after-death experience.
Give the gift.
Give the gift.
But they haven't said what it is yet.
No, but I'm very interested to find out. He will be endowed with comely features, good fortune, fluency in speech, all riches and unparalleled valor. Leaving off Yama's region, he will go to heaven. He who makes a gift of gingelly seeds, sounds easy, cow, plot of land, or gold, or to a worthy Brahmin will have his sins accruing in different births, instantaneously quelled.
So the things in question are sesame seed,
Cow,
cow,
which is almost etymologically the same in Hindi. Gal. Plot of land,
land,
or, the magic word, or
gold.
gold.
So
I'll go with sesame seeds.
is it or in each case, or sesame, cow, and land, or gold?
You'll have to ask the translator, or just take a stab at it. My opinion is that it's just Jinjali or cow or plot of land or gold.
Right.
Otherwise, it would have said Jinjali seed, cow, and plot of land or gold. It didn't say that. Anyway, erase your sins, even those from past births. You get a mosquito bite?
He was trying.
I've heard rumors that we've got some big uns around. Screen is closed, isn't it?
That screen is.
Yeah. Oh, the other one.
The other one isn't.
6. Jinjali seeds and cows constitute the major gifts, and they quell all major sins. The 2 should be given only to a Brahmin and never to a member of any other caste. So give to the Brahmins. Give them goodies.
It's interesting that cow and sesame seeds are the greater gifts, even though gold is in the list. Land is in the list.
Gold, schmold. You can't eat gold. Sesame seeds are delicious, and cows give butter. Turn that into ghee. Pour it all over everything. Yum. You ever try licking gold? Ugh.
Not much.
Or land.
You can grow sesame seeds if you got good land.
And you got a place for your cow.
Yeah.
Land's not so bad. Gold you can exchange for sesame seeds
things,
and cow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we cleared that up. 7. Jinjali seeds, cow, plot of land are given to Brahmins after the rite of Sankalpa, a solemn vow to perform an observance. It's a vow to perform an observance, not the observance.
Rite of
Sankalpa.
S-A-N?
With a dot over the N, because it's the nasal before Ka. K-A-L-P-A.
Thank you.
They are not given to the people of other castes. Sometimes they're given to dependents also. Whenever a gift is made to dependents or to women, it is done without the rite of Sankalpa. Whenever a person is in deathbed or when there is an eclipse, all kinds of gifts should be made.
I want to take note of the eclipse
8.
mention.
Chapter 3, verse 8, stanza 8. Shloka. Whatever. 9. When someone is in the deathbed, it is better to make the gifts before the life is extinct. A gift made when one is alive stands in good stead, unimpeded.
Yeah, it's hard to give anything when you're dead.
Well, a gift might be made on your behalf after death
Sure.
in an effort to secure your better rebirth or,
sure.
Easier getting through the
But it's saying
bureaucratic maze that is
you don't really
the afterlife.
have to wait. Just do it now.
Okay. 10. It is truth, the exact truth, that the gifts made when the sense organs are operative and when the same are approved by his son yield endless benefits. If the son and the dying person who is still insensate agree, good, very good.
Well, and I think the other meaning we might see here is the one you see in devotional regard all the time in magic, that living gifts are best. If you can do something and keep doing it,
Oh, I see. The
that's
gift
much
itself
more
is living,
valuable
not
to
the
God
giver.
than doing something once.
I see.
Like that. So the gift that keeps happening.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Or as we were referring to it the other night, the other way was the gift that keeps on taking.
Yeah, right.
Okay. It is truth, the exact truth. The gifts made with the sense organs are operative when the same are approved by his son, yield endless benefits. During the period of sickness, when the body is lying on the ground, and during transport, he will have no trouble. When the so, if you're giving the gifts before you die, then
Right.
the crossing will be easier.
Sure.
When the person is in the deathbed with eyes half closed, the gift of gingelly seeds along with kusha grass to the lame, the blind, the one-eyed yields an imperishable fruit. And the list could go on, I'm sure. I think these are just examples of the kind of people in desperation. If at the end of your life you're giving to people who are most in need, you're setting a good example. The Lord's.
Well, this is why it's always more beneficial to, if you're going to give something, it's more beneficial for everyone if you give it to the people that need it, right? Giving something to somebody that doesn't need it one way or the other, they're not that happy to get it. They have to deal with it. Whereas if you give it to somebody that really needs it, they're grateful.
And it does some good in the world.
Right.
So. 13. Gingelly seeds, iron, gold, cotton, salt, 7 grains, plot of land, and cow. Each constitutes a holy gift.
So it's that same list again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's another list. It's bigger. It's got iron and 7 grains.
All right, what verse is it?
13.
You could give me the list.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some quantification or qualification of these things too. We've got sesame seeds, gingelly seeds, iron, gold, cotton. I think it means cotton fabric. Salt, probably. 7 grains.
All right.
They were really into healthy whole grain breads. No, I don't. 7 grains. Plot of land, cow. Bus.
Thank you.
Bus was not another gift. That's another Hindi expression.
That's 8 things.
It's kind of like cheese. It sounds like it's English, but it's not.
It just means enough. Finished.
That's funny. You should collect all those words that just sound like English words that they're not, as opposed to the ones that actually came from Indian roots.
That mean the same thing.
Maybe there's only 2.
Oh, no, there's more.
Cheese and bus. Okay. The gift of iron and gingelly seeds pleases Yama.
Oh, boy, I want this. 14.
But it's not different gods. I thought it was going to be a list. This pleases this god, that pleases that god. It's not really.
Yama is sesame.
Sesame and iron.
Iron.
But you'll like this one. The gift of salt wards off fear from Yama.
Salt.
Yes. You won't be afraid of.
Is that 14
Yama.
still?
14, yeah. It'll remove your fear of Yama. Doesn't necessarily remove him as a threat, but it means you will not suffer from terror in his face, in the face of death. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
15. The gift of cotton wards off danger from the ghost after death. The ghost can be a problem. It's in a condition prior to transmigration. Cows gifted away enabled the giver to cross all difficulties and save him from the threefold affliction.
Is that 15 still?
Yes.
So
cows gifted away enabled the giver to cross all difficulties and save him from the threefold affliction. Footnote. Threefold affliction. Adhyatmika, caused by the mind, sorrow, etc. Adidaivika, caused by fate, pain, etc., as an example. It's caused by fate, as opposed to sorrow, which is caused by the mind.
Footnote 1, right?
2. Adibhautika is caused by living beings, other people. Okay. 16. The gift of gold yields happiness in heaven. By giving a plot of land, one is born as a king. If one gifts gold and a plot of land, one shall never experience any torture or distress in hell. The emissaries of Yama, who are as terrific in appearance as Yama himself, bestow boons if the gifts of 7 grains are made and they are satiated. Feed the emissaries of Yama, who look just like Yama. You get this with Shiva too, as they describe sometimes as Ganas as just all little Shivas. By remembering Vishnu, one attains the highest goal. Thus I have told you all about the goal attainable by the mortals. If the son, on seeing his father lying on the ground with the eyes half closed, makes gifts with the consent of his father, he is honored by the gods. At the time when the father is in the deathbed, the gifts made by the son exceed the merit one earns by performing a shraddha at Gaya. We were just talking about that in the early part of the Purana. It was talking about the importance of doing the after-death rituals in holy places, and Gaya is like the ultimate place. It's in Bihar these days. The son prospers and thereby pleases his family. 21. The father being dead, the sons should perform the obsequial rites devotedly, thus they can make their father cross the ocean of distress. What avail the abundance of charitable deeds? Enough that he performs the funeral rites of his father. Even the horse sacrifice does not merit a 16th part of the merit accruing from all these. It has decided to define the Ashvamedha, which is the horse sacrifice. A sacrifice wherein a horse is let loose for a year to wander at will and followed by an army of brave warriors. Whosoever offers resistance is either killed or subdued. The horse, however, returns to the place of sacrifice at the end of the year and is ultimately sacrificed. The ceremony entitles the sacrificer and the horse to an abode in heaven.
Okay, what verse are we in?
This was the footnote to 22, where it says, even the horse sacrifice does not merit a 16th part of the merit accruing from all these, which is to say charitable gifts given at the father's death bed with his son's help.
Horse sacrifice is one of these sacrifices, too, that shows up not only in India but in Celtic countries. And there is a mystery about how the horse comes to both these cultures. And it seems to be, whatever this mechanism was, it got the horse to China, it came across the Russian steppes, and then to Britain. And I assume it started in India, but I don't really know that.
I seem to remember Wendy Doniger writing something about the parallel, Celtic and
certain things are
myths and
inverted.
women androgynes and other
very
beasts
similar
or something. I think it might have been in that book.
Yeah, the ritual is very similar.
Okay.
Part of kingship.
And all it's telling you about the horse sacrifice in this context is that you do this other stuff, it's like not a 6, it's worth, oh, never mind.
It's worth a bunch of horse sacrifices.
Yeah. Bunch of horse sacrifices. Not even a 16th part of the merit accruing from the horse sacrifice. Yes, if you do that, never mind. 23. The son who makes gifts in favor of his father who is lying ill in deathbed is honored even by the gods. The father should make gifts of iron with his hands fixed in the ground. The giver of gifts never finds Yama terrific, in the literal sense of the word. He will not go to his abode even. Dagger, iron club, baton, sword, and lancet are the weapons in the hands of Yama to curb sinners. Hence gifts of weapons shall be made, for this gift is for the propitiation of Yama's weapons.
Okay, I want that list of Yama's weapons, please.
Okay, this is a long chapter.
Well, that's all right.
Okay. Dagger. Iron club. Gada. Baton. danda,
wand,
sword, and lancet, Lancet. That's a lancet. Oh, don't.
it's a lance is what they really want.
Okay.
Lancet is something modern.
All right. In the hands of Yama to curb sinners. Hence, gifts of weapons shall be made, for this gift is for the propitiation of Yama's weapons. 27. A child in the womb, infant in the arms, young men or old men can burn off their sins by means of these gifts. The different emissaries of Yama, Churnas, Shandas, Markas, Udumbaras, are delighted by gifts of iron. Sons, grandson, kinsmen, clansmen, friends, wives, etc. of those who do not make such gifts are no better than the slayers of Brahmins. It says
a little
these
blackmail there. All right, verse 29. You better do it.
30. Listen to the course of a man dying on the earth. The first stage is that of Ativaha, the subtle body in transit. Then that of ghost. Then, at the end of a year, that of a Pitri, an ancestor. And he remains, it seems to be that he remains an independent Pitri for a couple generations, because you've got three of them. You've got your father, your grandfather, and your great-grandfather that you recognize as Pitris. And after that, they merge into the remaining Pitris. So as the fathers die and the sons take over, it only goes back that many generations that they're recognized as independent.
So the subtle
entities.
Body, the ghost, and the ancestor.
Yes, the subtle body in transit, the ghost, and ultimately the ancestral spirit. 31. There are 3 fires, 3 worlds, 3 Vedas, 3 deities, 3 times, 3 junctures, 3 Varnas, and 3 powers.
Wonderful.
Brahma presides over the body of a man from the foot to the hips. Vishnu presides over the body from the umbilicus to the neck. The manifest and the unmanifest deity, Shiva, in the form of Rudra, is stationed on the head. The deities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are only the different aspects of the same Godhead. I am the vital air stationed inside the body of living beings.
Okay, this is something new we got going on now.
34.
34. I am
the vital air, the prana, the
vital air.
Stationed inside the body of living beings. Considering the inclination of the living being is actuated by the actions of his previous birth, I mold the mind and divert it to virtue or evil, joy or sorrow, or things done or undone. It is I who induce their activities. By actions, life attains heaven, hell, or salvation. The prosperity of man consigned to heaven or hell is possible through shraddhas. Hence, people shall assiduously perform different kinds of shraddhas, after death rituals. The names of the 10 incarnations of the Lord: Matsya, fish; Kurma, tortoise; Varaha, boar; Narasingha, the man-lion; Shurirama, the Ram; Parashurama, Rama with the axe; Krishna; Balarama, Krishna's half-brother, who was also a manifestation, simultaneous incarnation; Buddha, they absorbed the Buddha; and Kalki, the future avatar, shall be remembered always. Don't forget, always remember the future avatar. It says 10 incarnations. Count them can you just count them on your fingers while I say them?
Sure.
Let's see how many there really are here. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasingha, Shurirama, Parashurama, Krishna, Balarama, Buddha, and Kalki.
10.
Yeah. Now, what'd they leave out? The Vamana, the dwarf avatar, doesn't show up in this list. Yeah, well, and it's got Balram, so there's somebody else too.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. 38. He will be posted in heaven after enjoying the pleasures therein. When he is born again on the earth, he will enjoy riches. He will be endowed with the qualities of mercy and chivalry. He will have sons and grandsons. He will live for 100 years, which is in Hindu tradition is thought to be the natural lifespan under optimal conditions. 39. He should offer gifts to the needy and adore Vishnu with the requisite nyasas, or repeat the mantras of 8 syllables or 12 syllables. Nyasas is the touching of the body with the hand accompanied by appropriate mantras. The 8-syllable mantra is Om Namo Vasudevaya. The 12-syllable mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. White flowers should be offered in worship together with food offerings cooked in ghee. Frequent incenses and scents should be offered, and hymns from the Vedas, Smritis, and such as of Manu should be recited. The Manu Smriti. That was my guess what the MS was earlier. Vishnu is mother. Vishnu is father. Vishnu is kinsman. I do not see Vishnu, nothing. If I do not see Vishnu, nothing is of any consequence to me. Vishnu is on earth. Vishnu is in water. Vishnu is on the mountain. Vishnu is in fiery flames. Everything identifiable in the universe is with Vishnu. I am the waters. I am the earth. I am the darba grass. I am the jinjali seeds. I am the cows. I am the subjects. I am gold. I am grains. I am honey. I am ghee. I am Brahmins. I am deities. I am Shiva. I am mantras. Bhuvaha. Swaha. I am the giver. I am the taker. I am the sacrificer. I am the sacrifice. I am the remover. I am virtue, earth, and water. O bird, I divert a man's mind to virtue or evil through auspicious and inauspicious activities. Whatever man does is actuated by the actions of his previous birth. It is I who induce thoughts of virtue. It is Yama who induces thoughts of evil. It is I who induce thoughts of ascetics towards virtue. It is I who accord salvation. O Garuda, the river Vaitarani is beneficent to men of virtue. After dispelling all sins and virtue, the virtuous man goes to Vishnu's region. All right, he took responsibility for everything, but he said, it's Yama who induces thoughts of evil. He throws that in. Of course, it is I who am Yama, right?
Yeah, well, that's the subtext, isn't it?
I just had to get that off my chest. 49, if one makes a gift of a Brahmin... if one makes a gift of a brown cow, which grants all wishes, one is freed from all sins.
Now, an interesting aside. The Book of Dun Cow in Ireland means the Book of the Brown Cow.
Is he a wishing cow? A Kalpadenu?
He's a sacred cow.
Nice.
And it's about this gift. The king gives a cow to this important person for having done this good thing.
Prem Chand wrote a story, The Gift of a Cow. Gifts of a cow. Very important in Hinduism and apparently elsewhere. If one makes a gift of a brown cow, which grants all wishes, one is freed of all sins. The sins committed in infancy, childhood, or youth, in previous births, during nights or mornings, middays, afternoons, at dusk or dawn, whether it is by means of action, thought, or speech. May cows remain in front of me. May cows remain behind me. May cows remain ever in my heart. I reside in the midst of cows. May the splendor of all living beings, the splendor present in deities, remove my sins. May Lakshmi assume the form of a cow and dispel my sins.
Now, this is very interesting. There's a Bridget prayer that goes almost exactly like this, except it's saying, Bridget be before me, Bridget be behind me. There's another one to Jesus in the same way once Celtic Christianity comes. And it's called the shielding prayer.
Well, and there's,
There's
the magical approach to having the angels in front, but
Sure.
they're different angels in that
absolutely.
case.
In Solomonic magic, which is really medieval Christian magic, you get before me Raphael, behind me Gabriel, on my right hand Michael, on my left hand Oriel. So you've got this setup of the archangels being.
I'd rather have cows. Don't tell them.
Being in your defense.
I likes me some cows.
Well, a herd of cows around you would certainly protect you in a certain way. Like cows are really very careful. Like if you were to fall down or something like that, a cow will go to great extremes not to step on you. They don't really
a lot of animals,
to step
unless they intend to trample you, they would rather not step on things that are.
They're really very careful.
I'd still rather stay on the upside.
Oh, sure.
Cow or other hoofed animal. Okay, we got through that.
Thanks.
Stop it.